Bye.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a little bit of a voiceover for this vlog because I just really wanted to chat with you guys while I was just doing some random things in my day. Basically today is a very chill day. I didn't really do much aside from clean, but today was also my cleaning day. But I really just wanted to talk about turning 30. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this was because I had such a different experience, honestly, in life to get me to this place of me wanting to really talk about the things I've been through and how different I see the world, and honestly just talk about change. So right now I am actually 32. Wait, hold on. I'm 31, but I'm going to be 32 next year, and my birthday is in 3 months, and every single time my birthday comes to me, it's just like a new year, a new start, a new beginning. But the reason why I want to talk about my 30s in general is because it's so much different from my 20s. I remember when I was in my 20s and I was just looking forward to being 30 and just really excited about being 30. And something about 30 just made me feel very accomplished, very I've gotten something done, that kind of thing. And I remember where I was on my 30th birthday. And to be honest, on my 30th birthday, it was not as I planned at all. When I was 29, that was actually around the time 2020 started. And I remember it started around my 29th birthday. And I was so excited to turn 30 because in my head, I had planned all these things. And, I just knew I was going to throw this big celebration. And I had just thought ahead to where I wanted to be in life. And it was so funny because on my 30th birthday, even though I had all these things, I had my kids, I had all these people around me, I honestly was the saddest I'd ever been because this was in the midst of me, being depressed and not really understanding what medications was going on and all the interactions that was going on in my body. But I remember I was the saddest I'd ever been in my life. Even though I had people around me celebrating me, even though people texted me, I just felt empty. And when I turned 31, that was when I realized that all the things that you might think are aspirations, are goals in life, are not really as fulfilling if you're not internally happy and if you're not internally just satisfied where you are at. And my 31st birthday that happened last year in March, this year March, just really made me so grateful just to be alive. And sometimes when you go through things in life or when you go through situations, sometimes you wonder, why do I go through the situations I go through? And when I was depressed, it really taught me how to value life, how to look at life not only just as I woke up in the morning. It made me look at life as the mundane things I do are important. The mundane things I do, like breathing, the mundane things I do, like being able to have talents and gifts that I can share with the world, are worth kind of putting out there. It turned my mind into thinking about even just having a schedule. I was never somebody who used to have a schedule. I was never somebody who liked cleaning. I was never somebody who really kept my house in a certain way. But I started realizing that those things, what they did for me was they gave me a sense of mastery. I actually had been going to therapy now for 2 years, and I remember that one of the things my therapist had told me was about making my bed, and how making my bed every day wasn't really just about making your bed so you can lie in it fresh. It was actually about making your bed and mastering something so that every day you have one thing to be proud of yourself for doing. So something as small as being mindful while you're washing your dishes or doing your chores is not really about doing your chores, because I wish this was something that I had been taught as a kid, where chores weren't something that I saw as very, very annoying. Like when you're a kid, you don't want to do chores. But I wish somebody had told me that the essence of doing chores wasn't just doing chores because your mom said so or your dad said so, but really what doing chores does for you is it gives you a sense of purpose. It gives you a sense of, I am able to take care of things. I'm able to tidy up after myself. And that, even though as small as it is, gives you a sense of pride. The way that I'm living right now, honestly, feels so much more peaceful than the way I used to live before. Before, I felt as though I needed to do all these things all at once. And after I started realizing that I wanted to live a slow-paced life, a life where I would be able to structure my life and kind of ebb and flow, and no matter how life takes me or the struggles or the hurdles I go through, I'm able to actually just separate what goes on in my life with how I choose to live my life. And what I mean by that is, instead of just going through life being like, well, I can do whatever I want. I don't have to keep a clean house. I don't have to do, all these things. I want to keep a clean house because that keeps my mind clear. I want to tidy up after myself because this helps me to be able to understand that this is something I can do and this is something I owe it to myself as part of self-care, to take care of my surrounding, not only just when people come around, but when every single day, to build up a mastery so that the way I live is a representation of my innermost self. And that to me is very important. I want to be a representation of my innermost self. My mental mind, my mind is a place where I feel as though I declutter a lot. I think about all the things that cause me anxiety and things like that. And one of the things that I noticed caused me a lot of anxiety was actually looking for things. The more organized I became and the more put together that my surroundings became, I started noticing that it really helped me stop looking for things for hours instead of just actually doing the things that I needed to do. And that really helped me with my productivity. Honestly, I really am not all about toxic productivity. You don't have to be productive all the time. Rest is necessary. But at the same time, that productivity, that doing things that you need to do on the weekends or even the Sunday resets helps you. How does it help you? Throughout the week, you realize that you don't have so much more to do. And growing up in a culture where nowadays everybody is just on the move again and people are outside and doing things, sometimes it's hard to stay in your home and actually take care of your home and take care of your things because it's easier to show on the outside what you're doing. But what is really going on in your home, in your inside? Are your brushes washed? Are your bed sheets washed? Are you breaking out because you haven't washed that sweater you've been wearing for a week? I know that at the end of the day, nobody has to be all clean and nobody has got it all figured out. But sometimes just doing those little things, when I was depressed, I couldn't. And those things now, I do not take them for granted and I try to do them as much and as best as I can. Also, what I've noticed is me having a space that inspires me really, really helps me to be organized. And little things like bonnets or little things like my earrings being in certain places, aside from the fact that my kids can't get to it, it also helps me when I'm ready to go out for me to just pick the things and leave. And what I've also noticed about tidying up your space is the more you keep it clean, the easier it is for you to kind of like have a serene space all the time instead of always cleaning. And that is something that I learned over the course of my journey. And I just really felt like I wanted to talk to you guys and share. So this is Vlogmas Day 5. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please leave me comments down below. What do you think and how do you keep your home tidy? And what are the things that you feel like you want to learn more about, especially in your 30s or if you're in your 20s too? So leave me a comment down below and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Bye.